Alright, so I need to correct myself from the previous part. I miscalculated. It's in the next part that we're going to see that thing that I was hyping up. So for now, let's just watch Sean and Daniel, camp in the woods.
Spoken like a true movie executive, Pedro. This thing's coming up. Oh shit, I got it wrong. It's the next one after that. Never mind.
Oh.
That's
probably how most
remember
feeling in the wake of the strike.
Remember, when it comes to our Life is Strange commentaries, we already established that I'm the writer and director and you're the producer, so you're the executive here. So it's your blame.
So, again, shouldn't that mean that Dwibs is having a heart attack given the current strike going on?
Like me, so
maybe.
Okay.
How do I speak evil corporate executive?
Sorry.
I don't know. Take some cues from Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Too easy.
It's warming up.
Well, remember, the first thing you need to know is you have to do an evil laugh every time you at the end of every sentence. So.
Yes, game. I have played Grave. I have seen Grave of the Fireflies.
Yeah, it was a much better story than this.
And again,
see, the thing is,
and again, the OG job of that one wasn't bad. Where the hell's the
hate? See, one of the things for me that's really sad about this game is that, like, Dwebs and Shira already know this. Well, actually, no, we commented on the movie Joe, so Joe knows this as well. Like, one of the easiest ways for a story to, grab me and really get to me is the theme of brotherly love, which is the core theme of this game, aside from the political aspects that we're going to talk about in the next part. And the fact that they can't even get me through that tells you how much of a failure I consider this story, because I don't care for these two at all.
Other political aspects at least handled good.
Take a wild guess, Dwibs.
Okay. Given part of the reason we're commentating on this game, I'm gonna guess no, but again, I'll wait and see before fully judging.
Sure.
Not you.
I mean, I can tell. Look at this, dude. We can already tell that when it comes to police shootings, this team clearly is not equipped to deal with that shit.
Yeah. I'll say this: the first heavy topic they've tried to cover so far has not left me with the best of impressions.
Yep.
It's like I said, up until that point, the game seemed like it was at least giving off decent enough impressions, but after that, it already feels like some things are going downhill.
Mm-hmm. Like, that's one of the big reasons why Onward is one of my favorite Pixar movies, and like Final Fantasy 16, which is the game I'm playing right now, also has a brotherly love aspect to it that is also expertly handled. This game, on the other hand, sorry, no, go on.
Yes, game. Tell us about what they did instead of showing.
Yeah, that's the thing about, again, like Jova just implied, one of the big problems, I think I've already mentioned this before, but might as well cover it again, because it bears repeating. I really believe they jumped the gun too quick. Like, they really didn't give us enough time to see them in their natural status quo. So we don't really have much of an impression of what was lost.
Well, I assume that the diner they were talking about was something that they went to while on the run, since, like, the story mentioned, it's been like a few days now, hasn't it, since they ran away?
Mm-hmm.
Red deserved it.
Why can't I remember? That's weird.
Don't worry, dude. You were running around all day. You tired out.
Absolutely reassuring.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. The kid is young, but... Well, okay, maybe it's a plot point that the kid will have suspicions that his brother is lying to him, because...
Jova,
I don't know.
Look forward to the next part for your answer.
Okay, I'm currently watching two things where essential theme is lying.
Well, okay. If I'm going to give the game at the very least some amount of fairness in terms of... I'll wait till after this particular bit of dialogue, because the wolves thing is important.
Symbolism!
See?
More like a metaphor, but sure.
Metaphors can be a form of symbolism, but alright.
And then they attract a real wolf and it devours them.
Trust me, that would at the very least make the that would be the Dwibs ending, but that Dwibs ending option does not exist in this game, sadly. Sorry, go on.
Go on.
Okay. See, the thing about well, actually, no. Never mind. You go on because I seem to have lost my train of thought.
I mean, I guess this scene isn't terrible so far.
Oh, no.
The little scene of the brothers bonding. I guess, again, like we mentioned in an earlier part, it feels just a bit weird that we skipped this far out to them being on the run. And I get it, maybe it's to show how much their lives have changed, but I don't know, maybe they could have shown us a bit more portion of the journey of getting to this point before we skipped ahead to this far ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Again, maybe, okay, granted, I guess we can assume nothing really important happened there. But as you warned, this is apparently the MO of the game to hop around from event to event with not the best of connection.
There, right?
Way better.
Mm-hmm. Basically.
Fire.
And a secure base. You
Nice.
did awesome today, Daniel.
That being said, is there an overall point of the scene? Well, okay.
Character development,
Yeah, on the
supposedly.
brother- Character development, I guess.
My issue is that
Lord of the Rings.
yeah. My issue is that the dialogue is very vanilla, and like I said, the characters don't have much personality, so they can bounce out. It's mostly just Sean being typical big brother dialogue, whereas Daniel is just kind of little kid like. But I remember what I was gonna say. Yeah, about the lying part. Okay, to be fair, I can understand that Sean does not know how to break it to Daniel that their dad died. I mean, because that's not something you just bring up out of the blue. Like, you have to be prepared. You have to ideally wait for a good moment to do so. So I can understand that he's not quite mentally prepared to do that just yet. So that's fine. It's understandable. So.
Daniel?
Oh yeah, no. That I understand. I'm more so on, Daniel potentially suspecting stuff because for as young as he is, I'm pretty sure even he would not completely buy what, Sean is selling.
Mm-hmm. Rybread also says a similar thing in his review to that you just said, Jova. So, the thing is, it's one of those weird things where it feels like, even though he's 9, and trust me, the game will flat out confirm he's 9, dialogue verbally, so it's not like I'm pulling this number out of my ass. He's 9, but he's more written like he's 5. Like, if he was a 5-year-old, this would be more believable.
This is something I see in a lot of writers. They seem to mistake, being a 9 or 10-year-old with being a 5 or 4-year-old with how some kids act. Like, keep in mind, when someone is 9 or 10, they're getting close to the teenage years, so it's not like they take everything at face value. Come on now.
Thanks, Sean. I'm glad you're here.
Good night, Daniel.
All right, and you'll also notice that the loading screen is also wolves. So yeah,
I mentioned that in the previous.
Oh, did you? Sorry. Yeah, the game really is proud of the wolf metaphor, as you can see.
And see, now we're in State Route 7, Washington. Wait, hold on.
The young'un could have done with a CBBS bedtime story.
Remind me, these guys, they originally lived in Seattle, right?
Yes, Seattle.
Okay. So they're still in the state of Washington.
Shiroi, what do you think of all this?
Look, it's easier now. We're going downhill.
I mean, I don't exactly have a problem with what we've seen here,
That's
like,
better.
Sure.
Hey,
at the
maybe
moment.
we'll find a map.
Sure.
The earlier stuff, yes, but as far as this part goes, it's
Oh god,
fine.
no, a milkshake shop, now they really are doomed.
Well, Shiroi, consider this
Yeah.
part the calm before the storm. That is the next part, then.
Is that...
But this isn't before the storm.
Is that
True. Yeah.
Pedro, is the milkshake shop the next boss they have to face?
The milkshake.
Not a fan of milkshake strips?
I'm not entirely certain why you're bringing that up.
They have to... that's the next boss. You have to down a milkshake and pretend that you like it.
I mean,
No, they're actually lactose intolerant.
Told me.
no, look, dude. As long as it's not a grimace shake, they'll be just fine, I think.
Okay, the basic gist of it is that we're about to... Yeah, there you go. Right. Cafe and gas. Yeah. So basically we're at a gas station where we can hopefully get some provisions.
There's something ahead.
Yep. Must be
But
the
yeah,
gas
no, I
station we
mean,
saw on that sign.
some quirks aside, it seems like for the most part they're doing a relatively fine enough job.
We'll see. Because
Wait a minute.
trust me, Jova. When this game is quote unquote good, yeah, it's fine. But when it gets bad, it gets fucking bad.
If these guys are on the run from the law, how have the police not just tracked their phones?
I was actually about to say, like, you know, one thing you see in a lot of shows like Breaking Bad is like, well, eventually, you know, when the police are onto something, they'll track the cell phone, or heck, some people legit break their cell phones just to make sure that they can't be tracked later. Like, you keep in mind, Sean is a person of interest. And given that the police have literally texted to him as well, asking him to turn himself in, have they not started tracking them?
You know, Dibs, this is Jova just brought up a good point. This is a really shitty video game adaptation of Person of Interest. Jeez.
Yeah, I know. Everyone here is really dumb. Like, they don't know the basic thing of not getting caught by people.
No, seriously. The police don't think to track them.
Yeah. Well, okay. Later on, they're going to bring up something akin to that. The problem is, it makes the question. Okay, if you are aware that phones can be tracked, why has it's remember, Joe, this is the same problem we always have with both this and the original Life is Strange. The moment you start actually thinking about what's happening, the plot starts falling apart because it's so logically stupid.
I can see it. I can see it now, actually, Pedro. The older one grows up to be Fidge. They'll probably explain the limp at some point. The younger one grows up to be Mr. Reese, but they get separated, and then they contract amnesia, so they forget that they're siblings.
Huh.
And apparently they forget their heritage too.
And they somehow end up in New York, in spite of it being on the opposite side of the country.
Might as well talk about this. You can customize Sean's bag. You can get various souvenirs, which are the collectibles over the course of the game. You can also buy 2 DLC packs of souvenirs, one of them for various items that are basically stuff from the Life is Strange universe, like Hot Dog Man and stuff like that. You can also get a Life is Strange 1 DLC for souvenirs, where you can get little souvenirs that are references to the first Life is Strange, like the butterfly and other stuff.
How nice. I mean, I know to some it might seem like a nitpick to harp on the police not tracking them, but keep in mind, them being
look
on
at
the
that.
run...
See? The tornado from the storm from the first game? See?
All to another universe. Oh, imagine if it turned out that they were pulling a, oh god, what was the original name of Final Fantasy? Oh, right. Imagine if they were pulling a Final Fantasy 13 Versus, and it turns out that this world is connected to Life is Strange 1, but it turns out it's because they're part of a multiverse with pockets that you can use to transport to each world.
Oh yeah, let me talk about this. No, right now the game even pointed it out to us that we have $30.30 in our wallet. You probably think, oh, so this has something to do with a money system where you have to be careful of your purchases and shit. For reasons that I can't say yet, don't worry. The money system amounts to absolutely nothing. Don't worry about that.
Oh boy.
All right.
But yeah, no, I mean...
This one is good. Spanish lessons.
Nachos and cerveza? You sound like an expert douchebag.
Cerveza is beer, by the way. No hablas español. No hablas español, Shiroi.
Este tipo es un idiota.
No hablas español. Oh, no hablas español. No. Okay. Go on, Jova.
Again, like, if this were, like, maybe in an old enough time where, okay, maybe only flip phones were available, then sure, I could maybe buy that they couldn't track them, assuming that Sean, you know, broke...
Hold on, I have to read that. In case of cougar attack, call a 20-year-old male.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Hold on, I have to put it. Here we go. Seattle shooting ignites protest. Police search for suspects, Sean and Daniel Diaz. So there you go. Sean and Daniel are prime suspects of killing the cop. How? I have no fucking clue.
Okay, Sean, maybe, but Daniel?
No, I will argue even Sean, Jova. The worst you can accuse Sean of is fleeing the scene. That's like the worst thing they can accuse him of.
I'm wondering if the news is implying that they think the cop was shot or something. Like, I mean,
but he wasn't. That's the thing. He wasn't.
Yeah, no, it's a weird article, is what it is. So that being said, given that our faces are on this newspaper here, maybe we should, go elsewhere.
I get the feeling the developers realized how absolutely nonsensical the opening act is, or the opening prologue is, so they tried their best to somehow course correct. I don't know, he was shot. Never mind the fact he wasn't. Like, they're just hoping you're stupid and you don't remember what happened.
Okay, the problem with that article is that it says, shooting occurred, and then Daniel and Sean are the prime suspects, like...
Perfect.
That seems to be implying that they were the shooters in it.
Yep.
Like, maybe if they were like more text clarifying. But, it's free.
The map is free. Yes. Well, a lot of these stores usually have some kind of freebie stuff like maps or
Considering, to answer you, Jova, considering the kind of story that they're trying to tell with this game, the wording in that article is probably very deliberate.
Yeah.
That is awesome, possum.
Okay, Jova, help me. Maybe you're more in tune with the kids today. Do kids actually say that? Awesome possum?
Oh, thank
Do
you.
Yeah,
kids?
I've heard some people.
Yeah.
Not for a long time.
True, yeah, no, I mean, I'll admit, I have not heard that used in a while. What year? This game came out in 2017.
No,
right?
it came out in 2018, but it takes place in 2016.
Hey.
I still think 2016 is too late for that particular...
Yes. Can I help you?
I'm pretty sure it's older than
Well,
that.
remember, Shua, these are the same writers who gave us Go Fuck Your Selfie. So it's abundantly clear that these guys don't know teenage lingo.
Yeah.
Anyway, Shuri, in regards to your theory that, the newspaper being like that is intentional to show the problem,
So where are your
I'm assuming you meant by intentional that it's meant story-wise to show the problem with the society?
Yeah.
Okay, I would agree with you. I do have a few issues with that. One, again, maybe it will later, but right now the story has not done a good job clarifying anything of the matter. And secondly, an autopsy report would show that the cop wasn't shot, so that would mean that the police committed perjury by telling that the cop has been shot.
Yeah.
Like, you know what police do in these sort of situations? They get an autopsy report and they report on it. And again, maybe the point is to show that the police apparently went out of their way to misreport the actual death of the cop, but even still then, wouldn't that also be negating the fact that the dad was shot as well? Like, where's that in the report and everything?
But don't you see, Jova, since he's a minority, the cops don't give a shit about him being shot. Or again, like, because of the agenda that this game has, I'm willing to bet that's what they're going for. Probably.
Clarify. I acknowledge that, yes, there are some people who can and have done some messed up stuff like that for racist or, God help me, somehow even more dumb reasons or corrupt things. The problem is, this story is not giving me nearly enough to run off of that. Because, you know the problem here? It's incredibly vague. Like, yeah, maybe we could assume that all the cops are racist, but we have just seen one cop who at best could be considered a rookie sooner than a racist thug. And don't get me wrong, he probably was racist, but again, the implications of him seem to be that he was more a rookie than anything. I mean, it's a lot of... I can't even say it's telling because we're not even told exactly what to think, but it's like, I just don't have enough information. And given how we have left that location overall, part of me does have doubts if we will get that clarification. It's about well, yes, it could be that way, but there's so little actually known about the scene that I could also argue that they're goddamn aliens.
Also, we find ourselves a pupper, and yes, I'm gonna to continue our running gag. He's still, despite the low-key graphics of this game, it still looks better than the Lightning Returns doggo.
What's his name?
Her.
Whoever takes her.
We have yet to find a video game doll that looks worse than the Lightning Returns
let
one.
me guess. We're going to take the dog with us, aren't we?
Very good, Jova. But we'll talk about that in the next part.
No way we're taking a dog with us.
Oh, honey. We have to have an adult take care of her.
Yeah, I'm with you,
See?
lady.
That's a fair
Sorry about
point.
that. Now let's go.
But
No, Daniel. Look, Daniel, not for nothing. We kind of have enough worries on our own.
Mm-hmm. Alright,
it's a secret adventure.
alright guys, now we're about to get one,
Hey,
never mind. First we're going
Sorry
to
about
this
that.
bit. Sorry.
I'm talking to her.
We're just gabbing. Nothing else going on.
Yeah. He talks a lot.
Whatever. I do not talk too much. You always say that. But that's not true.
You know, you see, speaking as someone who actually lived with a 9-year-old at one point for a whole year, because, you know, I'm older brother here. There's a lot of things I can mention over the course of the game, but I'm not going to do it right now because there will be better moments.
Wish I could send my
Oh, I've been there too. I have a younger sibling.
Oh, there you go then.
Oh my god.
You do as well, don't you,
Coolest
Shiroi?
thing ever.
Older, actually. Right, Shuri?
Repeat that?
He asked you if you have a younger sibling, and I was like, I think
Yeah,
it's
I have
older.
a younger brother.
Oh, it's younger. Okay. My bad then. My bad.
Hey, come see.
For some reason, I remember hearing it was older, but I must have mistaken for somebody else.
Doris said the dog is staring at us, but we're both over here, so who is she talking to?
Look at the pretty bunny. We can pay $1 to play the pinball machine to get a toy for Daniel, but again, I'm trying to keep in character. It makes no sense. Let's save our money for shit that we actually need. So
I'm guessing that bit from Doris was like pre-recorded dialogue that assumes you'll be over there or something.
probably a lot of times it happens. All right, this is actually an important scene. So check this out.
I know what you're thinking. What the hell is this creep looking at?
No, I don't mean... I mean...
It's not as weird as it seems, though. These people, they only want to live a normal life. Just naked.
He's writing an article about
nudist society?
about nudist societies. Yes,
Okay.
Nobody?
Yeah, I
he's a
agree.
blogger.
Yes, why should we
What
all
I thought you
be
were going to say
the
he's
same?
like
Who said
representing
so?
one of the developers
Never
of the
mind.
game.
I'm getting
Dibs, I'll get back to you about that in the next part.
I'm kind of an online
Joy.
traveling journalist.
Sean. What's a online traveling journal?
It's exactly what the name says, Sean, a journalist who is online and travels. Like, it's kind of self-explanatory, Sean.
Since I know how to write.
Pedro, what is a traveling chef?
A chef that travels. Gasp.
Our guys with us.
No way!
We're going south.
Good for you. The best way to learn
Your
is
lives?
on the road.
Yeah, it's going
The
south.
earlier,
Oh,
the
you mean
better.
south as in the direction. Yeah. Totally.
Work all day,
Yeah.
but I'm already
Get
up
it?
against
Because their lives are going south.
Safe travels.
I got to a corner, Drips.
Man,
Well, I guess these.
Well, I'm already in the corner.
Well, stay there then.
Well, I guess these two people seem nice enough.
Oh, Brody, no, trust me, Jova. Like, the way this game works is the nice people are exaggeratedly nice, and the bad people are exaggeratingly evil. Like, there's no middle ground with this game.
I guess
I thought you were gonna say, oh, it turns out actually the nice bearded guy is actually a closet racist or something.
No.
Like, I mean, I'll give him credit. Doris doesn't feel sickeningly sweet so
Sure.
far. Like,
Yeah, I guess. Sure. Well, we usually talk about like more proper characters that have bigger roles rather than just an NPC. Whereas she's just a shopkeeper. So
I'm guessing Brody's going to be a recurring character. That foreshadowing.
He's going to have a big role in the next part, and you can see updates of what he's doing over the course of the full game. So he's definitely more of a character than the shopkeeper is in comparison.
So I can see why this game was made in the time it was, not only just to cover current stuff going on, but also the fact that a lot of it centers around
and there's Power Bear. You might remember how Power Bear is one of the superhero dolls that Chris in Captain Spirit had. We're going to see an update on why. Okay, remember the ending of Captain Spirit, guys?
Yes.
In episode 2 of this game, we're going to see what happens after that.
I recall we did see Sean and Daniel at the end of that.
We did.
Is that it?
So if it helps you, Shiroi, we get to see more of Chris. So there's that.
Let's ring you up. And there's the damage.
You still there, Shiroi?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Okie
Dot now, yeah.
Thanks,
Like I said, trust me. Believe it or not, trust me. It may seem like it matters, but trust me. For reasons that I can't get into the next part, the money says what you buy in the store, like the options you choose for buying, don't matter. They're going go on.
It's not realistic. These guys shouldn't have $30. Should have been $29.99, because that's the default. That's the default thing that video game protagonists have, or at least the equivalent of it.
Okay, so we got ourselves a map and some provisions. Oh, and look at that! The family that was in that table right on the left has left, which means we can now go to the table and check our map, so we can decide where we go next. Okay, sounds nice. I'm sure nothing contrived will happen while we're reading that map. So tune in the next.
Subtle foreshadowing.
Tune in in the next part where totally nothing bad will happen. We swear.
Let me guess. They're reading the map, but some racist guy walks right near them, and they think that they're foreign people. That means they're planning a terrorist attack.
You got it all right except for the terrorist part.
Oh.
Tune in next time. Okay, World Webs continue to predict the game. Tune in next time to find out.
With 95% accuracy.
See ya.
See ya.
Ta-ta.